Hey, ladies and gentlemen. What a week. I'm so glad to say it is Friday. Um, it is now Friday, December 16th. And let me just change that on the moniker. What a week it's been, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Student Loan Justice. We are the first, oldest, largest, and only true, actually bona fide, true grassroots group fighting only and absolutely for student loan justice. It was a very strong week for us, and some very good things happened. On Sunday night, a very important documentary came out on MSNBC Peacock. It's on Peacock now. It's called Lone Wolves. I strongly recommend that you watch it. But more to the point, and the point of the film, by the way, we are so close to getting bankruptcy return to student loans, bankruptcy rights. Now, if you're new to the group, you're like, bankruptcy? I don't want to file for bankruptcy. And you would share the sentiment of 100% of the people on this group. However, the student loan problem is a wicked bitch, pardon my French. And there's much to it that if you haven't given it a whole lot of thought, you would never notice. But we have given it a lot of thought, me being a defaulted student loan borrower and all of the people in and around our group being distressed student loan borrowers. We've thought about it. We've looked at it very hard for not a few months or even a few years, but rather many, many, many years. And I'm here to tell you the most important thing that you should know is that we will not see anything good, not from Joe Biden, not from any other president, not from, certainly not from next Congress. We will see not from the Department of Education, not from the colleges, not from anyone. Nothing good will happen with your student loans unless and until we get the constitutionally enshrined leverage of bankruptcy returned. It is the key thing about student loans that makes student loans so nasty. Now, nobody should have to file for bankruptcy. Few people should probably even want to file, but very few people, maybe even no one, should actually have to file once we get the right return. It's just having the leverage return that is so important. We can beg Joe Biden until the cows come home for student loan cancellation. And we have, loan cancellation by executive order. The concept was launched into the public conversation by this group. So make no mistake that we are fully and totally on board with not $10,000 or $20,000 loan cancellation. We are fully on board with total, complete loan cancellation in as much as that can be achieved. And the president can cancel 87% of all student loan debt by executive order. So we're fully on board with cancellation, guys, but we know how to get there. And the path to get there goes through getting the right of bankruptcy returned. It is by far and away more important than any $10,000 or $20,000 loan cancellation gimmick that the president might throw out. That's quite frankly a trick, that thing that Biden did. But anyways, I don't want to go on too long about it. The important thing that you need to know right here tonight is that we are this close to getting legislation passed. S-2598 in the Senate, HR 9110 in the House. And if your student loans are keeping you up at night, like they are literally 85% of all student loan borrowers, all federal student loan borrowers, certainly, you would be fighting with us tooth and nail for these bills. Now, I'm thrilled to tell you that Congress, we thought that 2 days ago, no, actually, we thought that yesterday, Thursday, was going to be the very last day that we could possibly get this done because we thought the House was going to be going home for Christmas. But they extended the working House session. So now I think we've got roughly until about December 23rd, maybe December 24th to get this done. So that's very good. That gives us very important very few days to put maximum pressure on key members of Congress. These include, of course, both of your senators and your member of Congress. Probably the first thing you should do, even without us having to tell you, is call both of your senators and your member of Congress. Get through to them any way you can. Tell them to fight as hard as possible for S2598 and HR 9110, that they get it passed by the end of the year. But there are 5 very key individuals in Congress that we need to push, like the Dickens, Charles Dickens, Christmas time. We got 5 people we need to push. Number 1, Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Dick Durbin. And along with Senator Durbin, Chuck Schumer, who's the leader of the Senate. He controls what makes it to the floor, what does not. So Chuck Schumer and, Dick Durbin and Chuck Schumer in the Senate. Those 2 people, incredibly important. And if you go to our website, by the way, studentloanjustice.org, and look at the very top of the page, you can find phone numbers, I think, for nearly all of these people. There's 4 or 5 easy things that you need to do every day from here until we can't go anymore. Go to our website. It's at the very top of the page. And by the way, if you can donate, it would be very, very helpful at this time. We are a truly grassroots group. We survive on very little, but we can't do it on nothing, guys. We've had a couple of little ticky-tacky expenses come up lately. So we're kind of looking to raise somewhere north of like $120 or $30 here in the next, hopefully by the end of the weekend. So if you can donate, please do it. Don't make me beg. I hate asking for money. So just please do that and make it easier on us if you would, please. So I said Dick Durbin, Senator Schumer, very important for our Senate bill. In the House, there's 3 important people. Jerry Nadler, who's chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. David Cicilline, who is chairman of the important Judiciary Subcommittee where our bill in the House sits. That's HR 9110. But also Nancy Pelosi, Speaker Pelosi, because just like Chuck Schumer, she controls what gets to the floor. So if you have any questions or comments, by the way, you're watching us on Facebook or Twitter, throw them out now. And I am very happy to read them aloud. And, I want tonight to be an open forum. So just whatever is on your mind. I know a lot of people are very concerned. And a lot of people have a lot of questions as well. So I get all that. We've been living and breathing this stuff for 18 years, guys. I don't think there's a question you could possibly ask that we couldn't answer. So I'm looking for your comments now. And let me say thanks to everybody who's been calling into C-SPAN lately. We got 2 more calls into C-SPAN today. The other day, we got 3 fantastic calls in on C-SPAN. Ed, Sophia, Vanjie, I believe. Today, Robert, Eugenio, Perez, and also somebody else. Patrick. Sorry, Patrick. Patrick Donahue in San Diego got through with some just exceptional call-ins. If you have not called C-SPAN, please make it your mission over the next 4 days to get your beautiful voice onto C-SPAN. It could be tomorrow, it could be Sunday, it could be Monday, it could be Tuesday, could even be Wednesday. Although I'd have to look at the calendar. I think Wednesday, it may be too late. Today's the 16th. Yeah, Wednesday would probably still be good. Call into C-SPAN and say at least that Congress, in particular the Democrats in Congress, have a decades-long standing promise to return bankruptcy rights to student loans. Constitutionally enshrined bankruptcy rights to student loans, I might add. And you might also mention the film Lone Wolves, LOAN Lone Wolves on Peacock. But certainly mention our 2 bills. That's the number one most important thing you can possibly mention. So thanks to everybody who's been doing that. And obviously, thanks to everybody who's been making their daily calls. We would be nowhere without you guys. And remember, all the stuff that we're seeing about student loans right now really started with this group, guys. But for the people on this group, we wouldn't have a sitting president calling for student loan cancellation by executive order. That started here. That started thanks to the hard work of living, breathing, normal, probably distressed people on this group. And you all deserve high approbation for that. We certainly would not have a bankruptcy bill to even talk about, but for the people on this group. And again, the Biden cancellation gimmick is lame, I know, but just having a sitting president doing what we called for and announcing a student loan cancellation by the executive order, that's not nothing, guys. That's pretty significant. So we deserve just a massive amount of credit. And my hats, if I had a hat on, I would take it off to everyone on this group who made that happen. And even that new bankruptcy process just announced by the Department of Education, which is a complete joke. It's a cruel, vicious joke. And I will talk about that later if you want me to, but I don't even think about it because it's just so lame and inconsequential. But even that, like not opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy proceedings, that again started here on this group. In fact, I personally actually take quite a bit of credit for that one. I was jawboning Joe Biden's campaign manager during the run-up to the Iowa caucuses. And I also have a long history with James Kowal, the Undersecretary of Education. And I had commitments from those guys that they were going to do something about stopping opposing student loan borrowers in bankruptcy court. If they would have just done that, like stopped opposing student, like just what I just said, it would be a very significant win for us. It's not that though. It's a fake. It's a joke. But anyways, I digress. What's important right now, guys, is S2598 and HR 9110. That's the only thing that's important. And if you need something useful to do, the most useful use of your time is, going to our website, certainly, and doing that stuff I said right on the main page. Like, you can't miss it. Go to our website. Boom. There's like 5 steps. Do all those. But beyond that, do our daily actions. We do these daily actions every day and have been doing them every day for over a year now. Do the past 2 weeks, or I'd say at this point, month worth of our daily actions. And that is just hugely helpful. We've got over 1 million people in our group, guys. At least on paper, we do. And if every single one of those 1.2 or 3 million people were doing these daily actions, we'd have had this problem solved months or even years ago. So do the daily actions and don't think that anybody else is going to pull your weight for you, because on any given day until recently, we'd have a few hundred people doing those daily actions, maybe a few thousand. It's been a little bit better as we get closer to the end of, closer to the cliff, as they say. And that's good. But I'm telling you guys, way more people have got to be doing this, because nobody is going to pull your weight for you. And if January 1st rolls around and we don't get bankruptcy rights back, we're going to be served up like sheep to the slaughter, like turkeys at the Thanksgiving dinner, when the loans are turned back on and we remain naked and afraid and vulnerable and without the leverage of bankruptcy on our side. Our opponents want you doing nothing. They want you distracted. They want you confused. They want you sitting on your hands, wringing your hands, waiting, watching, worrying, wondering what's going to happen. That's what they want. But don't give them the pleasure. What is going to happen depends 100% on how hard we, on this group right here, fight. I kid you not. We're the only group in the country fighting this battle. We're in perfect position. And out of left field, we got a fantastically well done documentary out into the zeitgeist as of Sunday night. So things are happening right now. I am frankly baffled that we haven't seen other networks pick up on our legislation. It's almost like there's a media blackout of returning bankruptcy to student loans, guys. I'm not kidding. We live and breathe this stuff and have for many years. We've been on many media, including this. We've been on 60 Minutes and NPR and PBS and Fox News and CBS, NBC. You name the network, we've been on. We've been all around, all over the media. And I can tell you, there's a media blackout on our bankruptcy legislation right now, and it is frankly disgusting. But whatever, the media has sucked for many years, and that's fine. We accept that for what it is. We will take wins where we can get them, but we certainly don't count on the media. The only thing that we can count on are us, you and me and everybody on this group. And when everybody does their part, which at a minimum would be doing those daily actions, let me just bring up the link here for you on that. Those daily actions right there, we'd be done. So you have no idea how important you are. This thing we are so close to done. It only takes one special person to make that one perfect phone call, to make that one perfect tweet or Instagram or conversation with an important elected official, etc. One key call into C-SPAN, for example. You never know what's going to do it, guys. That could finally, after 18 years, give us the toothpick of power that we have been needing for, and that the founding fathers called for in the Constitution, by the way, that we've been long overdue for years and decades. So, okay, I am now looking, hopefully, at your comments. Yes, here they are coming right now. I hope you guys are pleased. So, okay, by the way, I hope you guys are pleased and impressed at what this little podunk little group on the internet has been able to get done over the past few months, definitely, over the past couple of years, absolutely. And more than that, I hope that you all understand the implications of the importance of what we are now poised to get done. It's up there on a tee for us. All we have to do is knock it out of the park. That's all we have to do. And that depends entirely on you. Hey, I see we have quite a few comments here. Sorry for lagging on these. Hey, are you Genio President with us tonight? Hello all. I was mentioning, Robert, you got a very good call in on C-SPAN today, and I hope everybody else gets on C-SPAN at some point between now and next, let's say, Wednesday. Hey, Terry Dodd, what's up, Terry? Terry's with us tonight. Rob Miller's with us. Rob also, I believe, got on C-SPAN. Did you? I think you did. Did you not? From Arkansas, from Little Rock. Arkansas is being completely wrecked by student loan debt, by the way. If you look at the 10 worst states in terms of average student loan debt versus average earnings, Arkansas is terrible. It's like, I think, the fifth worst state in the union. Hey, Jackie's with us from Texas tonight. Hey, Jackie, our fierce Twitter queen bee, I would say, just the most intense person on Twitter you can imagine. And by the way, you should get a Twitter account, if for no other purpose, if only to fight for student loan justice, so be it. We're on Twitter, guys. Sorry about that. That's just the way that whole thing rolls. We don't do Instagram or really, I mean, we're on all the platforms, but where this fight is Twitter, guys. I like it or hate it. That's just what it is. Get a Twitter account. If you really want to help, get a Twitter account. Gordon Wayne Watts says, just kind of what I said. Also, judiciary. Oh, I think it's a big, long list that he's giving us of all the people on the Judiciary Committee. Yeah, the Judiciary Committees in both House and Senate are of penultimate importance here. So if your member of Congress happens to sit on either the House or the Senate Judiciary Committee, you should make a very special effort to get through to them and tell them to pass S-2598 and H.R. 9110. It's so important, guys. Hey, Rob says, I've heard that Pelosi is a hard sell. Is that true? Yeah, Pelosi is tough. frankly, I'm worried about Nancy Pelosi. She's got some very nasty personal. She's beholden to, it's a long story, but she's beholden to somebody called the Swig family, SWIG. And they have been dead set against student loan cancellation by executive order. They say they're for student loan cancellation, but they're like, no, not by executive order. It's got to be through Congress. And that's just the stupidest thing ever, because Congress can never and will never actually cancel student loans in any kind of a meaningful way. They will never do it. So Nancy Pelosi may be tough, but we are way tougher than Nancy Pelosi, guys. The fate of the Democratic Party is at stake here. I kid you not. There are 38 million distressed student loan borrowers in the country. We put them in office. These midterm elections, we pulled their ass out of the fire. We did. 38 million distressed student loan borrowers who the Republicans were stupid enough to thumb their nose at. But more than that, the DNC, Nancy Pelosi's party, they have it in the DNC platform going back to 2016 to return bankruptcy rights to student loans. The Democrats betrayed us, quite frankly, in 2008. The Democrats betrayed us in 2010 during the lame duck session of 2010. So if Nancy Pelosi knows what's good for her, she will stand out of the way and she will let these bills come to the floor. And Jerry Nadler and David Cicilline had better just make this happen, because, look, we will not be betrayed again. There's a huge amount of credibility. In fact, far more than loan cancellation ever held for the Democrats. This bankruptcy issue completely and entirely determines the core credibility of the Democratic Party. So if those people know what's good for them, they will not fuck with us again. Pardon my French. They will not betray us again. We're the largest untethered voting bloc in U.S. history, guys. 38 million distressed borrowers. That's 38 out of 45 million total federal student loan borrowers, guys. 43. 85% of all student loan borrowers, guys. We are one distressed student loan borrowers. One in every roughly 6 adults in this country is a distressed student loan borrower. 1 out of 6 adults in this country were never going to be able to repay their student loans, even before the pandemic. That's nearly enough people to elect a president. Think about that. And you wonder why they made all these promises, why the Democrats made all these promises and bent over backwards to appear to be going to cancel loans right before the midterms and right before the presidential election, and bankruptcy as well, by the way. But we're not going to be screwed, guys. And you need to be smarter than that. We don't like either party, guys. Both parties are deeply, deeply corrupted, in my long studied and strongly held opinion. We hate both parties, quite frankly, each in their own way, to be sure. They're very different, but, which is worse, the good cop or the bad cop? It's kind of like that. So, hey, Leslie Fishman says, been here all day, slamming the phone lines to Washington, proud of Robert and Patrick. Yes, absolutely. Jackie says, call more than once. We've got to push like crazy. And I agree with that. Don't worry about offending the little junior staffers on the other side of the phone. They're younger than us. Like, trust me, they're kids. They're fresh out of college. They don't know what we know. And don't take any guff from these young kids. You tell them that if the Democrats want to be taken seriously at all, and if the Democrats want to even have a viable party after this year, they better fucking keep their promise to us. Pardon my French. You can swear if you want. I've sworn to these Senate staffers and junior staffers in the past on the phone. I leave you to your own devices. Are Eugenio says, thank you all. So happy to have each other for this battle. Yeah, you know, we're all we've got, Robert. But at the other, on the other hand, we're all that we need. Guys, 38 million people. Come on. That's enough, as I said, to elect a president. Damn near close. Pardon my French again. You guys have no idea how strong we actually are. If you've been suffering in silence on this issue, that's stupid. Don't do that. And don't hurt yourself either, by the way. You know, we've been seeing and hearing about and confirming quite a few suicides in the past few months. And there's no good reason for that. We need you above ground fighting with us. We need you. So, hey, Jackie says a little back and forth between Jackie and Gordon. Oh, there's some more self-promotion from Gordon. Gordon, you self-promote way too much, guy. That's okay. Gordon has scored some major hits with us, including with Rush Limbaugh in the past. May he rest in peace. But yeah, cut out the self-promotion stuff, Gordon. If you, oh, there he is again. Hey, Ed McKinley, doing nothing just makes no sense. Right, exactly. The bad guys want you to do nothing. The bad guys want nothing more than for nothing to happen and for you to do nothing and for no changes to occur. You know, the bad guys, they are weak and we are way stronger than them, but they have the key position of all they want, all they have to do, all they have to achieve is nothing. We have to achieve something. All the bad guys have to do is sit on top of the hill and kick us in the head. That's pretty easy. They don't even have to move. We have to do a little more than that. And as Ed says, you are always just one call away. Go to our website, make those calls. Call into C-SPAN this weekend. Do a month worth of our daily actions. Yeah, imagine pulling up short by one call, right? That one baby that Al Gore didn't kiss in Florida, right? That kind of thing. So, you know what, guys? I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to get to all your comments tonight, but I think hopefully you can tell by the gleam in my eye, we've got a new lease on things. I'm not here saying, well, guys, we gave it our best shot. We're screwed for 2 years now. I'm not saying that. And hopefully I won't say that because we have got a new lease. We've got 5-6 more days to fight. So we've got to make these days count like we have never made any days count. If you want your student loan problem solved, this is the path, guys. Don't be distracted by all the little fake nonsensical loan cancellation groups out there. At least half of them are corrupted, quite frankly. And I can talk about that at some point, not tonight. Keep your eye on the prize. Don't be distracted. I think you can do it. In fact, I know you can do it. I've seen people go from knowing nothing about the student loan problem, the student loan issue, but for the fact that they had student loans, to being experts who could talk as smartly, as intelligently as me on this issue. Not saying I'm smart, but I know a lot about student loans. I don't think there's a question I can answer at this point. But I have seen people go from knowing very little about student loans to being very fine, fit, fierce, and formidable student loan justice warriors who could go on TV, answer all the tough questions, make all the points, all that stuff in a matter of a couple weeks. You know, if you go to our Medium platforms, studentloanjustice.medium.com, and you read and understand our most recent 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 articles, you will be a very fine, fit, and fierce student loan justice warrior. You'll understand why bankruptcy is so important, and you'll be able to make the argument both for bankruptcy and for student loan cancellation, for that matter. The loans will not be paid, by the way. The loans will not be paid. The loans will be canceled. But I digress. It all takes your energies. It takes your commitment to fight over the next 4 or 5 days, for sure. Doing our daily actions, making those phone calls at the very minimum. Do more than that. You're smart. You're clever. You've been on the earth for a number of years. You've been around the block. You're an adult. You've been to college. Be clever. Be creative. Come up with something. Surprise us. We don't have all the answers. We're a grassroots group, guys. We rely 100% on all those blades of grass, of which I am just one, and Gordon and Ed and everybody else Jackie and Terry and everyone else here tonight. We're just blades of grass, but you gotta be in the fight with us. And I think the veterans on this group, the pioneers who have really moved mountains over months, years, or even decades, they will tell you that it feels very good to fight this fight. It's cathartic. I sleep like a baby at night. There's nothing I'd rather be doing because we are fighting the right side, the right fight, and the Constitution is on our side. 38 million people in the country who are losing sleep over their student loans are on our side, whether they know it or not. Spread the word about this group, by the way. Tell everyone you know this group is where it's at. Not the other groups, quite frankly. I hate to say that. There's maybe one or two groups. Anyways, we know what's going on. We know the path, and we are on that path. No other group is on the path. We've got 5 days, ladies and gentlemen, so it's time to put up or shut up. This is it. This is it. These next 5 days are it. So I will be back as appropriate. For sure, I'll be back on Sunday, but I may come back earlier as circumstances dictate. Things are happening really fast, guys. Things are happening very fast. Things are breaking on a daily or even sometimes hourly basis. So we may be in a very much better position an hour from now. Who knows? So check back frequently. But I will see you nominally on Sunday, if not sooner. We work weekends here, guys. This is our lives. This is your life. So don't think Saturday and Sunday are days off. They're not. Tomorrow and the day after tomorrow are not days off. Not for you, not for me, not for anybody with student loans. If they know what's good for them, we know what's good, and we're happy. We're happy to fight the fight. So good luck to you. Good luck to everyone. Keep us posted as to your accomplishments. We love to brag on stuff like that. So I'll see you on Sunday. Good luck, everyone. God bless and Godspeed.